The film begins with an ugly-looking young lady who other kids continuously bully over her appearance. No one in her school gives her any significance, and they offended her at whatever point she tries to conversation to somebody. She thought that after getting to be savvy and thin, her life would get superior. Mairi at last chosen to experience corrective surgery. Not long after that, Mairi at last begun her to begin with year at college. When she met her modern companions, they complimented her on her appearance. No one prodded and bullied her for her revolting appearance any longer. But in spite of that, Mei Rue still had a moose self-regard and bashful identity. She couldn't accept that she gotten compliments from her companions. Mei Rue delighted in her introduction days so much since it was the primary time for her to have numerous great companions such as Sua, who had been exceptionally pleasant to her. Mei Rue's gather indeed named Mei Rue to speak to and regard their gather to take part in ability appear. Since of her unused wonderful confront, Mei Rue felt that life was less demanding for her to live. Individuals around her enjoyed and worshipped her. When she was moving in ability appear, everyone moved in conjunction with her. They cheered for her and energized her to keep moving. Mei Rue thought that she lived in a distinctive world presently. After the show was over, Mei Rue went out of the building to require a minute for herself. Whereas crying, she called her mother and told her that her life was so much way better presently. Turned out Kyung Suk was Mei Rue's schoolmate. Mei Rue had been appreciating him since they were in center school. When Kyung Suk was in center school, he was known as a good-looking however cold and removed understudy. Nearly all the young ladies in that school had a pulverize on him since of his nice-looking confront. Mei Rue thought that Kyung Suk had a great and simple life since everyone revered him. But small did she know Kyung Suk had his torment as well since of his despondent domestic environment. He was fair covering up his torment from everybody and imagining to be okay. Clearly, Kyung Suk came from a broken domestic. He lived with only his sister and father since his parents got divorced. His father didn't support him to study chemistry at university. But Kyung Suk still applied at the chemistry department of Korea University, and he finally got accepted. He decided to study chemistry because he wanted to find information about her mother, who also studied chemistry at that university. After the orientation days were over, Mei Rue began to attend classes. Each time she arrived in the classroom, her classmates always greeted her warmly. After class, Chan Woo asked her to have lunch together. It appeared that he was still chasing after her. Mei Rue was surprised when Chan Woo confessed to her again. She was still not used to people having a crush on her. This new life where people adored and liked her still felt so strange to her. Suva saw Mei Rue having lunch with Chan Woo. When Mei Rue was in the restroom, Su-ae approached Chan Woo and talked to him. She had a crush on Chan Woo and hoped that Chan Woo would give her adoration and attention too. When Mei Rue returned from the restroom, she planned to tell Chan Woo that she wanted to go on a date with him. But Chan Woo suddenly took back his words and asked her to forget everything that he had said to her. Mei Rue was confused when she heard that. While Chan Woo was leaving the cafeteria, Kyung Suk suddenly stuck his leg out to trick him up. Chan Woo fell because of that. He got up and got angry at Kyung Suk. He tried to attack him, but Kyung Suk managed to avoid his attacks. People in the cafeteria quickly gathered and watched them. When Chan Woo was about to hit Kyung Suk with a chair, Mag Rae stalked him right away. But Chan Woo pushed her away that she almost fell on the floor. Fortunately, Kyung Suk saved her by catching her body immediately. Sua saw them from afar. When Mei Rue left the cafeteria, Sua followed her right away. She was worried about Mei Rue and asked her if she was all right. Mei Rue was touched by her. She really thought that Sua was a good friend with pure and kind heart. Then Sua asked Mei Rue to go to the classroom together and join her research team. During class, Sua always tried to get attention from Kyung Syak. She even chose herself as the secretary when her team chose Kyung Syak as their team leader. The next day, Kyung Suk asked Mei Rue to have a talk. He wanted to return her perfume that he found at the cafeteria, where she almost fell another day. He also asked her if she was Mei Rue from their middle school. Mei Rue suddenly remembered about the time when she was in middle school. Back then, Kyung Suk also asked her about her perfume. A sensitive Mei Rue was mad at him for asking that question because she thought that he was teasing and bullying her too. Back to the present time, Mei Rue was worried because Kyung Suk recognized her as his schoolmate. She asked him not to tell anyone about it. A few days later, Mei Rue's parents visited Mei Rue at campus to congratulate her for being accepted at university. But when Mei Rue's father met Mei Rue, he didn't recognize his daughter and mistook her as someone else. He had no idea that Mary had undergone cosmetic surgery. When Mei Ray told him about the truth, Mary's father was surprised and disappointed. Mei Ray felt guilty because she had been hiding that information from her father. She was afraid if her father was mad at her because he had never approved of her undergoing cosmetic surgery. She tried to talk to her father, but her father ignored her and left that place. He didn't even return home and kept rejecting her calls. In the evening, Mei Rue, her friends, and her seniors went to a local bar together. They had a drink and played some games there. Kyung Si-ok was also with them. He couldn't stop watching Mei Rue during that gathering. He even helped her in a game so that she didn't drink too much. Soo-ah noticed that and wanted Kyung Si-ok to help her too. But Kyung Si-ok ignored her. Then she talked about cosmetic surgery. But Kyung Si-ok suddenly got up from his chair and scolded her. He said that a university student was not supposed to talk about that. Soo-ah began to cry because of that. Chan-woo, who saw that, quickly scolded Kyung Sik back and stood up for Soo-ah. After that, Chan-woo approached Soo-ah and asked her if she was all right. He also asked her to go out with him. But Soo-ah rejected him and asked him to be just friends. Chan-woo was mad because of that. He then took out his anger on Mei Ray. While Mei Rue was walking down the street, Chen-woo approached her and mocked her for undergoing cosmetic surgery. He also blamed her for the rejection that she received from Soo-ah. Mei Rue was angry when Chen-woo called her Gangnam plastic monster. She attacked him with her bag and yelled at him in frustration. The next day, people began to talk about Mei Rue, who underwent cosmetic surgery. When Mei Rue arrived at campus, she saw people staring at her and calling her Gangnam Beauty, a derogatory term for people who had beautiful face after undergoing cosmetic surgery. Mei Ray felt sad because what she had been afraid of all this time finally happened. She was bullied again because people found out that she underwent cosmetic surgery. The friendly smiles and warm greetings that she usually received from her friends now had disappeared and changed into cynical laughs. While Mei Ray was heading to the classroom, Kyung Suk stopped her and asked her why she underwent cosmetic surgery. Later, Chan-woo was gathering his juniors at the running track. He scolded them because Hyung Siak was not with them. He was still mad at Mei Ray for attacking him another night, but he took his anger out on them. Then he told them to do push UPS, but the president of the student council suddenly stopped him and warned him that someone might record what he was doing. Chan-woo then took them to the restroom and told them to do push UPS there. Mei Ray was also with them. Chan-woo began to harass and bully her again. Mei Ray asked him about what she had done to him, but instead of answering her, Chan-woo scolded her and pushed her away. He continued to harass her by accusing her of spreading embarrassing nickname for him. Little did he know Soo-won was the one who did that to him. Other students tried to intervene when Chan-woo kept harassing Mei Ray, but Chan-woo pushed them away, too. When Chan-woo was about to slap Mei Ray's face, Kyung Suk suddenly came to that place. He was mad when he found out about what happened. He quickly took Chan-woo to the stall and knocked him out there. After that, Yun Woo-young, a teaching assistant in the chemistry department, called a student to his room. He interrogated her about what happened in the restroom. That student said that Chan-woo gathered her and her friends that morning. After Woo-young heard her story, he called Woo-young to his room. He warned him not to bully his juniors ever again. He also threatened that he would ruin his future if he did it again. The next day, Mei Rue's friends, Yuban and Young-boon, were waiting for Mei Rue before they headed to the classroom. When they saw Mei Rue, they apologized to her because they didn't stand up for her when Chan-woo was harassing her another day. Mei Rue was glad when she heard that. She was happy to know that they cared for her. After that, Soo also approached her and apologized to her for what happened another day. She then asked her about her relationship with Kyung Sik. She thought that Kyung Sik liked Mei Ray because Kyung Sik was always there for her when she had difficult times. Soo, I kept urging Mei Ray to tell her about her relationship with Kyung Sik. Mei Ray finally gave in and said that Kyung Sik did that to her because they were schoolmates. After Soo heard that, she told her friends that Kyung Sik and Mei Ray attended the same middle school. Sua's close friend Jae Hyo then approached Kyung Suk and asked if he and Mei Ray went to the same school. Kyung Suk was surprised when he heard her question. He wondered why Mei Ray told that to other students there because he remembered that she asked him not to tell anyone about it. Meanwhile, Young-boon returned to the bar where she and her friends hanged out another night. She applied as a part-time worker there because she wanted to get close to the bar owner, Woo Jin, whom she had a crush on. But Woo Jin rejected her application because he liked Sua better. He even asked Young-boon to ask Soo-ah to work part-time there. Young Boon was sad when she heard that, but she still did what he told her. After Su-ah heard that Woo Jin offered her a job, she came to that bar the next day to apply as a part-time worker. At campus after class, Mei Ray asked Kyung-sik to have a talk. She asked him to stop stepping in and standing up for her each time she had a problem. Kyung-sik asked her again about why she underwent cosmetic surgery. He was disappointed at her for undergoing cosmetic surgery just because she felt insecure about her old appearance. The next day, Mei Ray felt bad for being mad at Kyung-suk another day. She realized that he was only trying to help her, so she tried to apologize to him by asking him to have lunch together. When they ordered their food, Mei Ray made a mistake. She wanted to choose a menu, but she chose another menu instead. Kyung-suk finally offered himself to eat the menu that she had chosen and ordered the menu that she really wanted for her. In a class, Mei Ray was in the same team as Kyung-suk and Su-ah. Su-ah noticed that Mei Ray's hand got wounded after she touched liquid, so she offered herself to help her. But unfortunately, she also got wounded after she dropped the laboratory glass that Mei Ray passed to her. Turned out, she did that purposely so that Kyung-suk noticed and helped her. But Kyung-suk ignored her and helped Mei Ray instead. Woo Yun, the teaching assistant, also rushed to help Mei Ray when she hurt herself. He even stopped Mei Ray when she tried to clean up the broken glass. Later, when Mei Ray was having a lunch with her friends, she couldn't stop thinking about the incident that happened in the science lab. She believed that she passed that laboratory glass to Sua correctly. So she wondered how Sua could spill the liquid and ended up hurting herself. Then Mei Ray took Sua to the restroom to clean her wound. When they arrived there, Sua said that she didn't want to clean her wound in front of other people. So she went inside a stall and cleaned her wound there. But turned out, she didn't have any wound in her leg. She only pretended to get hurt to get attention from her friends. In another place, Mei Ray's father still refused to go home even though his wife had apologized to him. But Ma Ray's mother didn't tell Mei Ray that her father didn't return home because of her. Even though Kyung-suk didn't have a good relationship with his father, he always accompanied him each time he attended an event. Kyung-suk's father was an important public figure in South Korea, so he needed Kyung-suk to attend every event that he attended so that people would think highly of their family. In the evening, Mei Rue and her friend attended a perfume event. While they were busy checking out perfume collection there, Woo Yong suddenly approached and greeted them. Mei Rue was surprised to see him there. Woo Yong said that he was invited by the perfume founder to attend that event. Because of that event, Mei Rue knew the CEO of the perfume company and became. The CEO of the perfume company was called Hai Sam. She was Kyung-suk's mother. Mei Ray told her that she studied chemistry at university because she wanted to become a perfumer. Hai-sung was impressed by her knowledge in perfume industry. After the event was over, Hai-sung asked Mei Ray to go to a bar with her and have a drink together. Hai-sung seemed enjoying Mei Ray's company that she even asked her for her phone number. While they were having a conversation, Kyung-sik suddenly showed up in that place. He visited that bar because his childhood friend Woo Jin asked him to help him at his bar. He was surprised when he saw his mother there. He suddenly told Woo Jin that he couldn't help him that day and left that place immediately. Hai-sung was sad when she saw that. She knew that her son didn't want to be around her. Mei Ray wondered why Kyung-sik acted that way, and Hai-sung told her that Kyung-sik was her own son. Mei Ray was surprised when she heard that. In another place, Su-ae and Jae-hyo were looking at Mei Ray's middle school yearbook. They wanted to see Mei Ray's face before she underwent cosmetic surgery. But they couldn't find her in that yearbook. They didn't even find Mei Ray in pictures of a group of students. Because of that, they were getting more curious about how Mei Ray looked like in the past. When Suho returned home, she continued to find any information about Mei Ray's past by visiting the website of Jirian Middle School, the middle school that Mei Ray attended. The next day, Kyung-sik asked Mei Ray to talk to him in private. He asked her not to tell anyone about what happened at the bar another night. Actually, he didn't really trust Mei Rue because Mei Rue told her own secret to Su-ae, but he still asked her to keep his secret. In the evening, Young Boon came to Woo Jin's bar to see Woo Jin, but when she was there, she saw Woo Jin flirting with a new employee. She was mad and jealous because of that. She then pulled a prank on that new employee. Meanwhile, Mei Rue and her friend, Hyun Young, went shopping for the ingredients that they needed to make perfume. Mei Rue planned to sell perfume to help her mother to pay for her cosmetic surgery bill. While she was having a conversation with Hyun Young, she suddenly received a call from Hai-sung. Hai-sung called her to ask her for help. While Man Ray and Hyun Young were walking home, Man Ray realized that someone was following them. After a while, she finally managed to capture their stalker and call the police on him. At the police station, that boy admitted that he was following Man Ray because he thought that she was an idol. Man Ray felt guilty and embarrassed when she heard that. Not long after that, Man Ray's father, Ta-sik, finally came to the police station to see his daughter. Taesik admitted that he had been following Mei Rue to make sure that his daughter returned home safely. Since Taesik knew that Mei Rue had undergone cosmetic surgery, he had been distancing himself from Mei Rue. So Mei Rue was touched when she found out that her father was following her home to make sure about her safety. She had been trying to apologize to her father for not telling him about the cosmetic surgery that she had. Even though her father ignored her, she kept sending him her pictures to cheer him up. Because of that, Taesik began to feel moved by her. He realized that his daughter lived a happier life now, and he should be happy for her for that. At campus, a festival would be held after all students were finished taking examinations. That afternoon, the student council had a meeting to discuss about the strategy that they would use so that many people would visit their booth in that festival. A member of student council suggested that they use some good-looking freshmen to attract people to visit their booth. Other members agreed, and they finally decided to choose Su-ah, Mai-ri, Kyung-si-ak to stand by in their booth during the festival. The president of the student council, Tae-young, then asked Yoo-eun, the freshman representative, to ask her 4 friends to join them. Yoo-eun did what he said and approached Kyung-si-ak first. She asked if Kyung-si-ak wanted to join them in the festival, but Kyung-si-ak said no. After that, Yoo-eun went to see Su-ah and Jae-hyo and asked them the same question. Su-ah and Jae-hyo immediately agreed to help her in the festival. When Yugon saw Mei-ray, she said that their seniors were being unfair by only choosing good-looking students to stand by in their booth during the festival. She told Mei-ray that their seniors chose her too, but Mei-ray said that she already had a plan in that festival, which was selling her aromatherapy candles. In the classroom, Su and Jae-hyo chose to sit beside Mei-ray. Su persuaded Mei-ray to help Yoo-eun and their class in the festival, and Mei-ray finally agreed. While they were having a conversation, Kyung-sik suddenly showed up in the classroom. Mei-ray blushed when she saw him there. Su-eun noticed that and understood that Mei-ray had a crush on Kyung-sik. She asked her about her relationship with Kyung-sik. After class, Mei-ray asked Kyung-sik to have a drink together. Su has secretly watched them from afar. Mei-ray and Kyung-sik then went to a bar and spent some time together. Turned out, Mei-ray asked him to have a drink with her because Kyung-suk's mother, Hae-sung, asked her for help. Hae-sung asked Mei-ray to persuade Kyung-sik to meet and talk to her. Since she got divorced with Sang-won, Kyung-suk's father, she hadn't seen her children for 10 years. Sang-won took his children with him and didn't allow them to see their mother. Because of the story about Hae-sung that Sang-won kept telling to his children, Kyung-suk despised his mother. Kyung-suk also seemed angry when Ma-rae asked him about why he refused to see his mother. Ma-rae then told him about her problem with her father. She wanted to show him about what a parent might feel when they had a fight with their children. But Kyung-suk wasn't moved by her story at all. He still despised his mother for leaving him and his sister. He even asked if she asked him to have a drink together because she wanted to persuade him to talk to his mother. Since the situation got awkward, Mairi suddenly changed the subject of their conversation into her dark past in middle school. She admitted that she underwent cosmetic surgery because she wanted people to treat her kindly like how they treated beautiful women out there. She then told a story when she was waiting at a bus stop one night. She said that she remembered that Kyung-suk laughed at her that time. She thought that Kyung-suk did that because he mocked her ugly face. Kyung-suk said that he didn't laugh at her because of her face, but because of the way she danced with her legs. That time, the sensitive Mei-ray yelled at Kyung-suk after she saw him laughing at her. Kyung-sik then told her that he didn't like the smell of perfume that she was wearing that time. That perfume reminded him of his mother, who used to wear a lot of perfumes. Mei-rai told Kyung-sik that Ha-sung was a good person and she believed that Ha-sung wouldn't ignore and leave her children. After that, Kyung-sik and Mei-ray left the bar. While Mei-ray was walking home, she called Ha-sung and apologized to her because she had failed to persuade Kyung-sik to talk to her. Ha-sung understood and thanked her. When Kyung-sik returned home, he found out that his father wanted to send his sister, Kyung-hee, to study abroad. He then came to his father's room and asked him not to do it. Sang-won said that he wanted to send Kyung-hee to study abroad because Kyung-hee always had bad grades at school. Sang-won was a congressman running for mayor. By sending his daughter to study abroad, he hoped that he could save his reputation. He didn't want his good reputation to be ruined by a daughter with poor academic performance like Kyung-hee. At a coffee shop, Sua was working part-time as a cashier. When 3 customers made some orders, one of them asked why Sua didn't recognize him. That man was called Young-chul. He thought that Sua would recognize him because Sua liked his Instagram post. He came to that coffee shop to spend some time with Sua, but Sua was still busy with her work. So she asked him to visit the chemistry department's booth in her campus festival instead. The next day, while Woo Young was looking for a place to stay, he ran into Hyun-young. Hyun-young knew that area very well, so she offered him a help. She said that she could help Woo Young to find a good place for him to stay. After they were looking for a place together, they went to Woo Jun's bar and had a drink. Woo Young asked Hyun-young to ask Mei-ray to join them, and Mei-ray came to that place not long after that. While the 3 of them were spending their time together, Kyung-suk suddenly showed up and joined them. Kyung-suk actually came to that place to meet Woo Jin. But after he saw Woo Young, Mei-ray, and Hyun-young there, He joined them right away. The day when the festival was held finally arrived. That day, all student councils at Korea University were busy setting up their booths to promote their departments. Mei Rei, Jae-hyo, and Soo-ae, who were tasked by the student council to promote their department, were also ready to stand by in their booth. They were wearing the uniforms that had been prepared for them. Yut-yen and other students were surprised when they saw them in those uniforms. They thought that those uniforms were too provocative and too short. Despite that, it told them to keep wearing those uniforms so that they could attract more people to their booth. Their strategy turned out well. Because of Mei Rei, Ji-hyo, and Soo-ae, many people visited the chemistry department's booth. While Min Rei was serving the customers there, 3 men suddenly came to that place and asked her if they still had some empty seats. One of those men was Young Cole. Mei Rei was surprised when she saw him there. Sura saw Young Cole and his friends and greeted them right away. When she introduced Mei Rei to Young Cole, Mei Rei left them immediately. But suddenly, Young Cole recognized Mei Rei as his schoolmate. He said that he knew someone with the same name and asked if they were the same person. After Young Cole found out that Mei Rei was his schoolmate, he couldn't stop looking at her. Mei Rei felt uncomfortable because of that. Mei Rei then told Tae-yun that she was sick so she needed to leave early. The end, but Tae-young didn't allow her to do that unless she could find someone to replace her to serve the customers. Kyung-sik heard that and offered himself to replace Mei Rei's position. While N-Rei was trying to leave that place, Sua suddenly grabbed her and asked her to join her and Young Chul. Sua did that purposely because she knew that Mei Rei and Young Chul attended the same middle school. Young Chul mocked Mei Rei because her appearance had changed a lot. He remembered that Mei Rei once confessed to him, but he brutally rejected her because of her ugly face. He kept mocking Mei Rei and talking about her dark past without even caring about Mei Rei's feeling. Mei Rei was sick of hearing him, so she got up from her chair and told him to stop. Kyung-sik saw that and stood up for Mei Rei immediately. He said that Young Cal was a useless man who only wanted to embarrass Mei Rei in front of many people and told him to leave that place. After that, Mei Rei left the booth, taking a moment for herself. Soo-ah followed her and tried to help her to calm down. She said that her perspective had changed after she found out that a person like Mei Rei underwent cosmetic surgery. Mei Rei didn't understand what she meant by that. After Hyun-young heard about what happened to Mei Rei, she approached Young Cal and confronted him for embarrassing her friend in front of many people. Young Cal said that he came to that place because Tsu-ah invited him. He said that he had no idea that Mei Rei was there. He then showed him and Young his Instagram posts in which Tsu-ah left a comment to show her that he and Tsu-ah were really friends. After class, Mei Rei received a call from Hai-sung. Hai-sung thanked her for sending her an aromatherapy candle that she had made. She said that the smell of that candle was very good. After that, Mei Rei and Hai-sung met at a cafe. Mei Rei apologized to her again because she was still unable to persuade Kyung-suk to talk to her. She also told her that she had undergone cosmetic surgery because she was tired of the bullying and teasing that she received because of her ugly face. She decided to tell her that because she remembered that she and Hai-sung once met in the past. Back then, when Mei Rei was trying to take her own life by jumping off the bridge, a woman suddenly came to that place and stopped her from doing that. That kind-hearted woman was Hai-sung, a woman who sat in front of her right now. The next day, while Sua were walking to their booth, a woman from another booth suddenly stopped them. That woman asked them to join them in a blind date game. Mei Rei, Ji-hyo, and Sua thought that it was an interesting idea. While that woman was looking for one more man to join them in the game, Kyung-suk suddenly came to that place and joined them. Before the game began, the male participants were asked to choose their partners and Kyung-suk chose Mei Rei right away. Mei Rei was surprised when she saw that. Sua smiled when she noticed them. Suddenly, Mei Rei accidentally spilled her drink on her t-shirt. Because of that, she decided to leave the game to change her clothes. Sua quickly stood up from their chairs and offered themselves to go with her to the student council room. Mei Rei finally chose Kyung-suk to go with her after she remembered about what Hyun-young sent to her another night. Hyun-young told her that Young Cal visited their booth because Sua was the one who invited him to come. Sua was mad because Mei Rei chose Kyung-suk over her. She wasn't even interested in joining the game anymore. But while Soo-ah and Jae were trying to leave that booth, the woman from that booth told them that Kyung-suk left his phone there. Mei Rei and Kyung-suk went to the student council room and tried to find any clothes for Mei Rei there. But suddenly, the door got locked from the outside, and they got trapped in that room. Fortunately, Tae-yom and Tae-hee, as secretary of the student council, came to that place not long after that. They were surprised to see Mei Rei and Kyung-suk in that room. Mei Rei felt embarrassed because of that. She then left that place right away. Thumbs up if you want more. After that, Mei Rei and Kyung-suk watched the fireworks together. As usual, Sua watched them from afar. Suddenly, Kyung-suk's phone rang. Jae-hyo checked it and saw a message from Kyung-suk's father. She was surprised when she found out that Kyung-suk's father was the Congressman Sang-won. She quickly told Sua about it. When Sua returned home, she looked for any information about Kyung-suk's family on internet. She read an article about Kyung-suk's parents' divorce. At home, he cried because her father seized her computers. Sang-won did that to punish her for achieving the last rank in her class. Kyung's Si-yeep came to his sister's room to cheer her up. He told her a story about the time when their father berated him for crying. Back then, when he was a child, he used to cry a lot. His father didn't like it and called him weak because of that. While he was crying, his mother approached him and cheered him up. Ha-sung said that it was all right for a boy to cry. What was not all right was Kyung-suk, who grew up to become a heartless man who oppressed people who were weaker than him. The next day, people began to talk about Kyung-suk's family background. When Kyung-suk arrived at campus, he heard some students talking about his mother who was working as the CEO of a cosmetics company. In the classroom, Sua asked Ji-hyo to give Kyung-suk's phone to her. She then walked to Kyung-suk's desk and returned his phone to him. Kyung-suk checked his phone and found a message from his father. He scolded Sua for reading that message without his permission. After class, Jin Ah-hyo told Kyung-si-hyuk that she was the one who read that message and told everyone about his family. After Kyung-si-hyuk heard that, he apologized to Sua for scolding her earlier. Jin Ah-hyo said that she understood him because she also didn't have a mother. She told him that story so that she could get closer to Kyung-si-hyuk. Meanwhile, Mei Ray and Woo Young were heading to Hai-sum's company building to meet Hai-sum. But when they arrived there, the receptionist told them that Hai-sum was being hospitalized. After they heard that, they went to the hospital right away. When they arrived there, the director of Haesung's cosmetics company, Soo-hyun, told them that Haesung was still unconscious right now. Soo-given said that Haesung was being hospitalized for food poisoning after she ate stale food. He explained that Haesung couldn't tell the difference between stale food and fresh food because she didn't have the ability to smell anymore after she lost it in a tragedy. Mei Ray and Haesung were surprised when they heard that. They were also amazed that Haesung sacrificed herself so that she could create good perfumes. Myri finally decided to stay at the hospital to look after Haesung. She called Jaeyoung-sik and told him that his mother was being hospitalized. By telling him that, she hoped that Jaeyoung-sik would come to the hospital to visit his mother. She waited for Jaeyoung-sik, but there was no sign of him in that place, even after she finally left the hospital. Haesung finally woke up from her faint. She felt guilty because Soo-yoon and Myri had to stay at the hospital to look after her. Soo-yoon suggested that she hired a personal assistant who could look after her in such urgent situation. Not long after that, Kyung-suk finally arrived at the hospital. He approached his mother's room and saw his mother through the door glass. Suddenly, he remembered about what his father said about his mother. His father told him that Hae-sung left their family because she cheated with another man. Hae-sung suddenly saw Kyung-suk standing in front of the door. Kyung-suk finally went inside the room and talked to his mother. Hae-sung apologized to him for leaving him and his sister and choosing to pursue her career over taking care of them. She admitted that she was very ambitious back then because she wanted to become a successful businesswoman. Because of that, she often got into an argument with her husband who didn't support her to become a businesswoman. Sang-won thought that Hae-sung couldn't make time for her family anymore after she was busy with her work. Hae-sung blamed herself for the divorce that had separated their family. She also told Kyung-sik about the tragedy that made her lose her ability to smell. She said that she couldn't become a perfumer because of that. In the car, Sang-won was worried when he found out that Kyung-sik was meeting with his mother. He was afraid if Hae-sung tried to separate him from his son. To be continued. When Kyung-suk returned home, Sang-won asked him to have a talk. He protested his son for reuniting with his mother who had never looked for him for 10 years. But Kyung-suk said that what his father said about his mother was a lie. He knew that Hae-sung had never cheated with another man. He also told him about the incident that happened to his mother. Sang-won finally admitted that he was the one who made Hae-sung lose her ability to smell. He did that because he was angry at Hae-sung for prioritizing her career over her family. Kyung-suk now knew why her mother used to spray her perfumes like crazy. It was because she couldn't smell her perfume since she had lost her ability to smell. He was angry at his father because of that. At home, Mei Rue was having a lunch with her parents. It appeared that her relationship with her father was also getting better. Mei Rue's parents loved Mei Rue very much. They always gave her warm love and attention at home. Mei Rue's mother, Yoon Sim, took Mei Rue's picture because she was very proud of her. Later, while Mei Rue and her father were walking down the street together, Taesik apologized to her because he didn't assist her in receiving cosmetic surgery. He regretted that he couldn't see her old face for the last time. While Sua went shopping at a convenience store, she ran into Yoon. Yoon greeted her and asked her if she lived nearby, but Sua said that she had just moved into that area. Kyung-sik finally decided to leave his father's house. When Sang-won found out about that, he blocked Kyung-sik's credit card right away. Kyung-sik went to Woo Jin's bar and asked him to let him stay there for a couple of days. To be continued. While he was having a conversation with Woo Jin, he suddenly remembered that he had to attend Woo Young's housewarming party. He asked Woo Jin to lend him his television because he needed something to give to Woo Young. Mi Rae and him and Young were the first guests who arrived at Woo Young's new house. Mi Rae checked her phone and found that Kyung-suk had replied her message in a group chat that they had created. She thought that Kyung-suk wouldn't come because of that. But suddenly Kyung Suk came to that place with Woo Jun's television. Everybody was surprised to see him bringing that television without any box. The next day, Kyung Sik asked My Ray to go to a movie theater with him. He said that it was for their group assignment. My Ray agreed to do that. Before she went to the movie theater with Kyung Sik, she visited a cosmetic store to buy a lipstick. She wanted to look more pretty when she went out with a man whom she liked. While May Ray and Kyung Suk were watching a movie, May Ray took out her notebook and did their group assignment. Kyung Suk didn't expect that May Ray would do that. Actually, May Ray felt nervous to be with Kyung Suk in that movie theater, because it felt like they were going on a date. She kept convincing herself that what they were doing was doing a college assignment and not going on a date. While Sua was walking down the street, an old woman suddenly approached her. That old woman was her grandmother. It seemed that Sua didn't like her grandmother because she left her alone on the street. Turned out Yu-un was around and saw what Sua was doing to her grandmother. After May Ray and Kyung Sik left the movie theater, it suddenly rained. Because of that, they had to walk down the street while sharing an umbrella. Despite the heavy rain, Kyung Sik still walked May Ray home. He told May Ray that he had visited his mother at the hospital. Sang-won finally decided to see his ex-wife, Hai Sunday. He was mad at Hai Sun for meeting with Kyung Sik. He even accused her of brainwashing Kyung Sik, that Kyung Sik decided to leave his house. But Hae-sung said that she had never done that. She knew that it was Sang-won who had been lying to their children all this time. The next day, Kyung Sik came to see Woo Young in his room. Kyung Sik saw a post about a house share that Woo Young uploaded on his social media and asked him about it. He was interested to be his housemate, but since he didn't have any money, he offered himself to do the household chores instead of paying the house rents. He explained about his situation right now where he left his father's house and didn't have any money since his father had blocked his credit card. After Woo Young heard that, he finally agreed to accept Kyung Suk as his housemate. The next day, Kyung Suk went to Woo Young's house. He brought his suitcase with him. While he was waiting for Woo Young there, he saw May Ray and her parents talking to Woo Young down there. He felt jealous when he saw them. Later, May Ray came to Woo Young's house to bring him some food. She was surprised when she found out that Kyung Suk was living there now. After Kyung Suk left his father's house, he felt like his life had totally changed. He didn't even have money to buy daily necessities. Because of that, he began to look for any part-time job. Sue heard about what happened to him, so she offered him to work at a coffee shop where she was working at. Kyung Suk agreed and came to that coffee shop with Sue for an interview. Even though Kyung Suk didn't have any experience, the coffee shop owner accepted him as a worker there because of his handsome face. While Kyung Suk was preparing himself to work, he heard other workers gossiping about him. Those workers thought that one of them would be fired from their job because they weren't good-looking. Kyung Sik felt guilty when he heard that. He then cancelled his employment contract because he didn't want those workers to lose their jobs. Sua followed him and asked him why he never appreciated her. Hae-sung called May Ray and asked her to meet with her. When she arrived at the meeting place, she saw May Ray talking to Kyung Sik. Hae-sung approached them and asked them to eat together at a restaurant. After they finished eating at the restaurant, they went to Woo Young's house and had a drink. Hae-sung was happy because Kyung Suk was no longer mad at her. She was very proud that his son grew up into a handsome and kind-hearted man. May Ray was also happy to see Hae-sung and Kyung Suk getting along well. She even got drunk from drinking too much. Hae-sung, who saw that, then asked Kyung Suk to take May Ray home. Before Hae-sung left for the taxi, she asked him to move into her house if he wanted to. She also gave him some money and told him to use that money to buy vitamins for May Ray. Then, she asked him if she could hug him and Kyung Suk let her do it. It seemed that Ha-sung was really missing her son, but she couldn't do anything because she was ashamed of what she did in the past. On her way home, she couldn't stop smiling because she was so happy to reunite with his son. The next day, May Rai felt severe headache because she drank too much last night. She remembered that Kyung Sik carried her on his back while taking her home when she was drunk. She felt embarrassed when she remembered that. When she ran into Kyung Sik on the street, she tried to avoid him. But Kyung Sik asked her to go to campus together. He also asked her not to drink too much anymore. Then, May Ray and Kyung Sik went to campus by bus. While they were on the bus, a high school student suddenly greeted May Ray. Turned out that boy was the one who was following her home because she mistook her as an idol. He asked May Ray's Instagram account, but Kyung Sik stalked him right away. That boy asked if Kyung Sik was May Ray's boyfriend and Kyung Sik and May Ray gave him different answers. That boy was confused and finally decided to leave him alone. May Ray was also confused but happy when she heard that Kyung Sik said that he was her boyfriend. But Kyung Sik said that he only did that to make him stay away. After class, May Ray and her group had a meeting to finish doing their practicum report. As the secretary of the group, Sua was the one who kept that report. But unfortunately, she lost a page of their report. Her group was mad at her because of that. As the leader of the group, Kyung Sik stepped in and helped Sua to remember and rewrite down their practicum report last week. After that, Sua and Kyung Sik went to Woo Young's room to submit their report. Mei Rai was jealous when she saw them together. After Su Ah and Kyung Sik submitted their report, Su asked Kyung Sik to have a lunch together. Su actuated him to thank him for helping her. While they were having a lunch, Su asked Kyung Sik if he had a crush on anyone right now. After they left the cafeteria, I saw Mei Rai and Woo Young walking together. Su Ah approached and greeted them. Kyung Sik asked Ma Rai to go home together, but Ma Rai said that she needed to attend a job interview. Kyung Sik then asked her if the recruiter needed another worker because he wanted to apply for a job too. Su Ah was jealous when she saw them, so she left them right away. The next day, while Kyung Sik was preparing himself to go to his workplace, Ha Sung came to Woo Young's house to visit her son. She brought some food for Kyung Suk and Woo Young. She also gave Kyung Suk and Mei Rai a ride and asked them to have a lunch together. At a coffee shop, while Kyung Suk was working, Kyung Hee suddenly came to that place. Kyung Hee was surprised to see her brother working part-time there. Kyung Suk then asked her to have a lunch together. Mei Rai joined them and admired Kyung Suk for sharing his food with his sister. Not long after that, Hae-sung arrived in that place. She was surprised when she saw Kyung Hee there. It was the first time for her to see her daughter again after a long time. When Kyung Hee left that place and walked to the bus stop, Ha-sung followed her right away. Kyung Hee was surprised when she saw her mother there. She didn't expect that her mother would show up in front of her again. Then Ha-sung and Kyung Hee went to a nearby coffee shop. Kyung Hee seemed mad and disappointed at her mother for leaving her and her brother. She still believed that her mother cheated with another man like what her father said. Later, Ha-sung went to Sang-won's office. When she arrived there, she saw Sang-won and his team preparing themselves for Sang-won's campaign. Hae-sung came to that place to urge Sang-won to tell their children about the truth why they got divorced. She threatened that she would ruin Sang-won's good reputation during his campaign if he refused to do that. Because of that, when Sang-won returned home, he finally told Kyung Hee about the real reason why he and her mother got divorced. He said that it was not true that Hae-sung left their family because she cheated with another man. But he tried to defend himself by saying that her mother still left their family. Kyung Hee was angry when she found out that her father had been lying to her all this time. She thought that her father was a bad man for making her think poorly of her mother. The next day, Kyung Suk was waiting for Mei Rai to go to campus together. Mei Rai often blushed and got awkward because how Kyung Suk treated her. She had been having a crush on him since they were in middle school, but she was too afraid to confess her feelings to him. At campus, Mei Rai received a text message from Sue. Sue asked her to meet with her. When they met, Sue asked Mei Rai if her workplace still needed another worker because she wanted to work there. She wanted to get close to Kyung Suk and win his heart. She tried to make Mei Rai insecure about herself by talking about cosmetic surgery again. Mei Rai finally understood that Sue had never liked her. She realized that Sue hated her because she was more popular than her among male students there. At his workplace, Kyung Suk received a call from Ha-sung. Ha-sung asked him to meet with her after work. When they met, Ha-sung told him about the real reason why she left their family. She felt really guilty and apologized to Kyung Sik again for leaving him and his sister. Kyung Sik said that he had forgiven everything that she had done to him. He realized that Hae-sung was not as bad as what his father told him. After Mei Rai met Sue that afternoon, she began to overthink about everything that Sue said to her. She began to believe in what Sue said and feel insecure about herself. She even thought about the worst thing that could happen to her if she dated Kyung Sik. She knew that she was probably not good enough for him, but she couldn't hide her jealousy if Kyung Sik liked and dated another woman. The next day, Kyung Sik found out that Kyung Hee ran away from home. As soon as he found her sister's address, he went to that place and took her with him. He planned to take her to a new house where Kyung Hee could live more comfortably. Kyung Hee was mad when Kyung Sik was taking her there. She said that she didn't want to go home and see her father again. She was still angry at her father for lying to her about what really happened to her mother. But Kyung Sik promised that he wouldn't take her home. He planned to take her to her mother's house. He wanted Kyung Hee and Hae-sung to reunite and live a happy life together again. At her workplace, Hae-sung was very happy when she found out that Kyung Hee would live in her house. She couldn't stop smiling when she thought about that. When she saw Kyung Hee, she hugged her right away. Kyung Hee apologized to her because she was being rude to her another day. She said that she had never hated her mother. In the evening, Hae-sung made a special dinner for her and her daughter. In the middle of the meal that she cooked didn't taste that good, Kyung Hee seemed enjoying having a dinner with her. She still spent all her food to appreciate her mother who had cooked that meal for her. At home, Mei Rai was still thinking about what Sue said to her earlier. She became sad and gloomy because of that. When Mei Rai, Hyun Young, Kyung Suk, and Woo Young went out together, Mei Rai tried her best to avoid Kyung Suk and interacted with him as less as possible. When they returned home, Hyun Young suggested Mei Rai to be honest with herself. She knew that she got a crush on Kyung Suk. The next day, Mei Rai and Kyung Suk went to work together. When they arrived there, they found out that Sue had just accepted as a worker there. When Sue went to the restroom, she sent a text message to Mei Rai. She asked her to give her and Kyung Suk some space to be together during the break. When Soo-ah and Kyung-suk had a lunch together, Kyung-suk confronted Soo-ah because he was sick of her. Kyung-suk knew that Soo-ah was chasing after him and only pretending to be nice to May-rae. After that, Kyung-suk went to the restroom. In that place, he ran into a worker there who had been provoking him for several times. Suddenly, that man talked bad about May-rae. Kyung-suk was angry when he heard that, so he punched him right away. Because of their fight, Kyung-suk and that man had to end up at the police station. While the police officer was interrogating them, that man blamed Kyung-sik for attacking him first. May-rae was mad when she heard him. She quickly stepped in and stood up for Kyung-sik. She even threatened to report that man for sexually harassing her to the police if he didn't leave Kyung-sik alone. Not long after that, Hae-sung came to that place after she heard that Kyung-sik was taken to the police station. She told the police that she was there to pick May-rae and Kyung-sik up. On their way home, Hae-sung asked May-rae about the sexual harassment that she received from that man. May-rae cried when she told her about it. She admitted that she was not all right. Even after she did all that cosmetic surgery to save herself from being bullied, things still didn't turn out well for her. Kyung-suk and Hae-sung felt sad for her when they heard that. They convinced her that what those bad people said about her was not true. Kyung-suk also promised her that he would always be there to protect her. The next day, Soo-hyun, the director of Hae-sung's cosmetics company, went to May-rae's campus to start their partnership with the chemistry department. Soo-hyun said that their company would use their science laboratory during summer. Ha-sung also came to that campus to teach a course in the chemistry department. But Kyung-suk didn't attend her class because he was busy looking for a job at a beauty parlor. He wanted to find his side job so that he could pay the full rent to Woo-young. After he finished doing his business at that beauty parlor, he returned to his campus and attended his mother's class. The students in his class were surprised when they saw his new hair. The next day, Hae-sung asked May-rae to meet her at a coffee shop. Hae-sung asked May-rae about how Kyung-suk was doing recently. May-rae suddenly remembered about what Kyung-suk said to her last night. Kyung-suk asked her if she had feelings for him or not. May-rae said that she thought that she wasn't good enough to date a popular student like Kyung-suk. But instead of telling Hae-sung about Kyung-suk, she told her about her feelings for Kyung-suk and how she thought that she wasn't good enough for him. After Hae-sung heard that, she convinced May-rae that there was nothing wrong with her. She suggested her to be honest with herself and follow her heart. The next day, the chemistry students attended a class at Hae-sun's company. All students there listened to and followed the instructions from the teaching assistant carefully. In a quiz, they were confused when they smelled the perfumes since those perfumes emitted strong odors. Among those students, only May-rae who managed to guess the combination of the ingredients in those perfumes correctly. I was mad and jealous when she saw that. After class, May-rae and her classmates went to a bar and had a drink together. But Kyung-suk didn't join them and chose to go home instead, but while he was walking home it suddenly rained. He finally decided to buy 2 umbrellas and planned to give an umbrella to May-rae. But when he tried to see May-rae, Soo-ah suddenly ran toward him and hugged him. Soo-ah purposely did that to make May-rae jealous. Her strategy finally worked. Suddenly May-rae came out of the bar and saw Soo-ah hugging Kyung-suk. She felt mad and jealous because of that and left them right away. She didn't care if it was raining. Seeing Soo-ah and Kyung-suk together felt more hurtful to her than the rain. When Kyung-suk saw May-rae walking away, he pushed Soo-ah away and chased May-rae immediately. He gave his umbrella to May-rae and wondered why she suddenly acted differently. He finally confessed his feelings to her and asked her to go on a date with him. But May-rae rejected him because she didn't want to receive more hurtful words from people out there. She was worried about what those people might say when they found out that an ugly woman like her dated a handsome man like Kyung-suk. Kyung-suk was heartbroken when he heard that, but so was May-rae. The next day, while Kyung-suk was heading to the classroom, he ran into May-rae. Kyung-suk told May-rae that he would keep waiting for her until she was ready to accept him as her boyfriend. In the evening, Kyung-suk was sad and jealous when he saw May-rae and Woo-young together. Turned out, May-rae and Woo-young had just returned from a restaurant. While May-rae and Woo-young were having a dinner at that restaurant, Woo-young confessed his feelings to May-rae. He admitted that he liked her because of her beautiful face. But May-rae couldn't accept that reason and said that her beautiful face was artificial since she got it from cosmetic surgery. Before returning home, Woo-young asked May-rae to think seriously before she gave him any answer. But May-rae rejected him right away and said that she liked another man. Woo-young knew that the man whom May-rae was talking about was Kyung-suk. He then asked her not to give up to win Kyung-suk's heart. While Kyung-suk was walking home, he saw May-rae and Woo-young there. He felt sad and jealous when he saw them together. He decided not to go home because he didn't want to see Woo-young. He went to Woo-jun's bar and decided to spend the night there. He also drank 7 bottles of soju by himself. Woo-jin stayed at his bar to accompany his friend all night. The next day, Kyung-suk showed up in a class with a pale face. The teaching assistant noticed him and asked him to take a rest. Hae-sung was worried when she found out that Kyung-suk was sick because he drank too much. She then came to see her son and gave him a glass of honey water to help him cure his sickness. When Mei Ray and her classmates were having a lunch, Mei Ray heard Soo-ah talking about Kyung-suk's health condition. Soo-ah also told her friends that she really liked Kyung-suk. Mei Ray was surprised when she heard that. She became more worried about what people might say if she accepted Kyung-suk as her boyfriend. There was no way that she could compete against the most beautiful woman at their campus. Turned out, Won-ho was also hurt by what Soo-ah said. He left the cafeteria because he was sick of Soo-ah, who kept playing with him. Ji-hyo supported Sua and hoped that her best friend could date Kyung-sik soon. Yoo-bin heard them and suspected that Sua was planning something wick. She also suspected that Sua was the one who made Tae-young and Tae-hee break up. It was because last night she saw Sua and Tae-young coming out of the same taxi. She saw them talking and noticed that they seemed very close with each other. While Neri was in the restroom, she found out that Soo-ah had an anorexia. Soo-ah put her fingers inside her mouth and ejected the food that she had taken. She did that so she could maintain her ideal weight. When Soo-ah came out of her stall, Myri asked her if she had an anorexia, but Soo-ah denied it. Soo-ah said that she was just feeling unwell. Myri suddenly remembered about the time when she suffered from anorexia because she was obsessed to have a beautiful body. Kyung-suk found out that his friends began to talk about him and Soo-ah. He then came to see Soo-ah and coldly told her that he wasn't interested in dating her. He also told her that he liked Myri. Suddenly, Mei Ray came to that place. She finally confronted Soo-ah for what she was doing. She knew that Soo-ah wanted to date Kyung-sik because she wanted to be seen as the most beautiful and popular woman at campus. She also realized that Soo-ah did that to make her look bad and doesn't deserve to compete against her. In the night, when Woo-young returned home, he got drunk because he drank too much. In his sleep, he babbled that he was rejected by Mei Ray. Kyung-sik was surprised when he heard that. He then called Mei Ray and asked her to meet him. When they met at the park, Kyung-sik asked Mei Ray about her relationship with Woo-young. Mei Ray finally confessed her feelings to Kyung-sik. She said that she rejected Woo-young because she had a crush on Kyung-sik. After Kyung-sik heard that, he asked Mei Ray to go on a date again, and Mei Ray finally agreed. While they were walking home together, they were holding each other's hands. They were very happy because they could finally be together. The next morning, Woo-young finally woke up from his sleep. He was confused when he saw Kyung-sik making a breakfast for him. Kyung-sik even gave a vitamin to him. Woo-young asked if he cried or made a fuss last night because he found it strange that Kyung-sik suddenly became so nice to him. Since Kyung officially dated, Kyung-sik became more caring about her. Before they arrived at campus, Mei Ray asked Kyung-sik not to tell anyone that they were dating because she was still afraid of what they might say. Kyung-sik understood and agreed to do that. But while Sua was flirting with Kyung-sik, Mei Ray finally told her that she and Kyung-sik were dating. Sua pretended to be happy for them and congratulated them when she heard that. Kyung-sik worried if Sua told everyone that they were dating, but Mei Ray believed that Sua wouldn't do that because there was no way that she would hurt her pride. When Mei Ray and Kyung-sik went on their first date, Tae and her friend suddenly came to that place. Mei Ray hid immediately. When she saw them there meanwhile, Kyung-sik helped her to distract their attention. At a restaurant, Sua met with Tae-young. Tae-young gave a necklace to Sua to thank her for always being there for him when he needed someone to talk to. But Sua rejected his gift and told him not to build his hopes up. Johan was around and saw them in that place. In another place, a man reported to Sang-won that Kyung-hee had been using her social media to show her luxurious personal life to public. Sang-won was worried if it could ruin his reputation and ruin his campaign. At home, Kyung-suk finally told Woo-young that he and Mei Ray were dating. Woo-young felt hurt when he heard that, but he tried his best to hide his feelings. The next day, Hae-sung was happy because Kyung-suk and Mei Ray finally dated. She said that she was glad that her son dated a woman like Mei Ray because she liked that woman very much. Meanwhile, Sang-won came to see his daughter and asked her to delete all videos that she had uploaded on her social media. He was afraid if those videos would sabotage his campaign where he promoted a humble life. After class, Kyung-suk asked Mei Ray to return home together. On their way home, Mei Ray suddenly received a call from her housemate. Her housemate told her that she would visit her parents in another town. Kyung-suk hoped that Mei Ray asked him to stay in her place. When Mei Ray arrived home, she was surprised to see her parents there. Her parents came to that place to give her some food. While Kyung-suk was buying a bottle of wine, he received a text message from Mei Ray. Mei Ray asked him not to come to her house until her parents left. After Mei Ray's parents left, Kyung-suk finally came to that place and spent a night with Mei Ray there by making some aromatherapy candles together. The next day, after thinking carefully about the consequences that they might get, Mei Ray and Kyung-suk finally decided to tell their friends that they were dating. Yugyeom and the others were happy for them when they heard that. They thought that Mei Ray and Kyung-suk looked so good together. In another place, Sua found out that someone had taken her pictures secretly when she was wearing miniskirts. That person also uploaded those pictures on internet. Sua thought that Won-ho was the one who did it. So she came to see him and asked him to take down all those pictures. But Won-ho said that he had never taken any inappropriate pictures of her. He only took a normal picture of her and shared it in a group chat in the restroom. Tahi and her friends finally found out that Sua always ejected the food that she had taken. Miria tried to help Sue out to hide it from them, but I ignored them and left that place because she felt embarrassed. I started to get depressed because of everything that she was going through right now. One day, Yuan asked Sua to meet her at a coffee shop. It seemed that Yuan understood that Sua was facing a lot of problems lately. Sua admitted to Yuan that she hated Mei Rei because she had a beautiful face from having cosmetic surgery. Meanwhile, Wan Ho asked Wu Yang to help him with Sua's inappropriate pictures that have been uploaded on internet. When Zhang Syak visited his father in his house, he found his father getting frustrated because his career got destroyed by his own daughter. Miri's parents found out that Mei Rei and Kyung Suk were dating, and they approved of their relationship. They were happy that their daughter dated Kyung Suk, because they knew that Kyung Suk was a handsome and talented student. In his room, Wu Yang was trying his best to find a way to take down all Sua's inappropriate pictures from the internet. He called the authorities and asked them to help him with it. He told them that those pictures were taken with a hidden camera, so it was hard for him and his department to find the person who took those pictures. Because of those pictures, Sua began to develop anxiety. She was haunted by her fear, even she was asleep. The next day, Wu Yang asked Sua to come to the police station and give the police her testimony as the victim of those scandalous pictures. Wu Yang said that he wanted to help her to find the person who had taken and uploaded those pictures on internet. But Sua rejected his help because she didn't want more people to know about those pictures. At home, Wu Yang continued to investigate those pictures by himself. When he visited an account, he saw a post that looked like a threat. In that post, it was said that something bad would happen to Sua at night. Wu Yang was worried when he saw that. He tried to call Sua, but Sua didn't answer him. Yudan was Sua's classmate who lived near Sua's house. But that night, she was hanging out with Mei Rei and Kyung Sik at a coffee shop. While Sua was walking down the street, a man named Dong Won suddenly approached her. Turned out, he was the one who took Sua's pictures secretly and uploaded them on internet. He did that because he felt hurt after Sua rejected him and kept mocking him. While Mei Rui, Kyung Sik, and Yuan were walking home, they suddenly heard someone screaming. They rushed to the source of that scream and panicked when they saw Dong Won attacking Sua with a bottle of water. Sua got hysterical because she thought that Dong Won had poured dangerous water over her face. She even tried to take his own life because she thought that her beautiful face had been damaged by that water. She was getting angrier when she saw Mei Rui there. She thought that her life was over and Mei Rui would be the most beautiful student at campus right now. Sua admitted that she hated Mei Rui because Mei Rui lived a happier life even though she underwent cosmetic surgery. But after Mei Rui helped her and showed her concern for her that night, she finally realized that Mei Rui really cared about her. She finally apologized to her for everything that she had done to her all this time. She also decided to take a break from college for a while to heal herself. Afterwards, Sua admitted to Chung Syak that she didn't have a crush on him.